Are we live? Konnichiwa. Are your swordlings there? It has started. Or has it? We don't really know with this kind of app. I am live. The flies here as well. Yes, so, my swordlings, today we're going to do some IRL workout section using martial arts. Nutsu-san, yokoso. Wami-san, Metaru-san, yokoso. How great. Right now it's 7 p.m. on June 1st, Thursday. And we are, well, it's the beginning of a new month. So that means I got a new workout regimen. Well, kind of. I guess for you swordlings it will be new. But for me, I've done this before. Now, how does the chat look? Does the chat appear in front of my face? Or does it appear on the side here? Tiku-san, Uchi-san, yokoso. Other side. Neto-san. Toro-san? Don't... Toro-san, don't... Try and be a little more... we're trying to be a little bit more adult here. Nade-san. Ginger ale is better than Pepsi. Well, that's objectively wrong, but ginger ale is pretty good, especially if you have one in Japan. And you leave me alone. Die. Yes, so before we get started, we are going to sit down and talk a little bit like this, because more swordlings need to be aware that we've gone live. Sephiroth, as in Final Fantasy VII? If you're talking about me, it's very confusing. You would have to use Seph-sama or Sephiroth Sword 57. Otherwise, I don't know who you're talking about. And it will be confusing for the swordlings as well. If you're talking about me, then no. I only drink sake on, well, special occasions. Does it get hot outside in that outfit? Not particularly. It doesn't get very hot. Right now it's a little bit chilly outside, actually. It is 7 p.m. after all, so, and also there's some clouds. Hopefully it won't rain. It was sunny just 30 minutes ago, so hopefully we will be fine. Now, going over a few things. How's the broadcast? How's the sound? Can you hear me well? Is it too low, too loud? If there's anything that's out of balance, let me know. How hot is it in Sweden? Well, we do get a couple of weeks in summer where it gets unbearably hot, especially since apartments and houses don't have ACs. So it can get pretty bad. I believe last year we had a period where we had 30 to 35 degrees outside, and it was humid too. When it gets hot here, it gets very humid and really gross. It feels like you have oil on you at all times. You wake up every morning covered in sweat. Very unpleasant. You will be so funny on the H3 podcast. They gotta invite you someday. I don't know who that is, but or they, I don't know. Well, that sounds like a well, I'm up for any kind of podcast. So if they want me on, sure. Hey san, Sosuru-san, Hindu-san, welcome. We are doing martial arts today, a bit of workout. So we're gonna get started in a bit. Ben-san, yokoso. I am doing well. I am doing quite well, as most of you know. I got a job. Finally, it didn't take that long, but after so many rejections, it was getting a little bit scary. Finally, I will be able to get back to working like normal. Now, another thing about these streams. You might notice that I'm not live on Twitch. The reason why is because I can't use this stream application on the phone to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, unfortunately. So hopefully no one on Twitch is missing out. Kickstart. This stream is so sugoi. Well, hopefully, yes. We haven't gotten started yet though, but so far, sounds good. Your resolve and perseverance saw you through the job hunting tedium. Well, I don't have a problem. I'm pretty good when it comes to interviews, actually. It's just that the employers that I went to were just bad. The interviews were bad, I guess. My new job is as a forklift driver for a warehouse that I will be working from. I will be loading trucks with goods and such, and that would be my main job. I will also have small tasks such as carrying some stuff in areas where you can't use a forklift, but that is that's not very common. Away with you! Did you die? No, you're still there. Do they let you wear the fedora at work? Not at the warehouse, although I have it on the way to the job and on my way back, obviously. Oh, we got some guests, actually. Taking the bus to the forklift, reminiscent of Shenbu. Well, yes, it is. Hello, hello. Oh. How would be, let's see, how many anime scales do you own? Scales? What kind of scales? What's in front of you? In front of me? Or are you talking about here? Oh, PVC. Oh, I see. I haven't heard the term scales used for that. Okay, wait, hold on. Well, I don't have that many. I have a few. I had to get rid of a couple of them. Behind the camera, it's a bridge. Oksan, yokoso. Oh, there's mosquitoes here now. Scales determine the figure's size. Oh, naruhodo. I see. Well, I haven't got. I'm planning on getting a few actually. Hi-san, yokoso. Now the bad part about using this is that the screen is very small. So it's hard to see the chat. Random spawn? Kiri-san, yokoso. Spec-san, yokoso. Well, I have shown off a couple of them in the past, but I guess I could show. No, most of them I actually shown in one of my Q&As. I believe it was Q&A number 2, but I could be wrong. Finyu-san, welcome. Yes, I'm training today. I will get started in a while. So let's see, battery. Oh, the battery is still good. Okay. Has anyone joined the secret sorting organization yet? No, they have not. Not yet. I have 2 loyal members there, but not too many. I managed to buy a real ramen today. It was very oishi. It is, right? It's great. Yes, Metoru-san. I have a couple of things planned for today. Now, I actually did have a Mokujin that I wanted to use at some point, but unfortunately it's in storage at my parents' place, so I can't use it for today's stream. Any gear with you? Should I bring my bokken for the training session? I'll be training with you, Sensei. Well, have it right here. And yes, I will be showing off a few improvised katas today. Once we get started. But yes, the Secret Sorting Organization is a Patreon tier that you can join. And you can join my my secret organization, where we have secret talks behind the scenes. Yes, you can go and join it right there. Fire Gator. Thursday. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. Gators taste good. No, I don't think I know what you're talking about. What does that mean? Do they eat gator? What is gator? In Japan, I have not had it, unless they have the Japanese name for the dish. No, not from what I know. It's not a Japanese dish, at least. Is it really good? I've never had that. Very good. Interesting. Well, I don't know. If the Japanese haven't considered doing it, then I'm not sure if it would be considered something that is upper tier of foods. Oh, wani no sashimi. I have not had that. And yes, I thought it was shark. So, well, I guess that makes sense. Small Western dish in the south. Southern dish. Okay. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm going to Japan in August. Any tips on how to improve my Japanese skills before my departure? Well, you could be reading up. Just since it is not a lot of time, I don't know. I'm not sure. Unagi is really good. I've had it. It's pretty expensive. That is eel for someone who doesn't know, and it's really good. But Okusan, back to what you said. I think the best way is to just read up. There's a lot of YouTube channels you can look up. Since there's not a lot of time, you probably shouldn't spend it on learning kanji or anything like that. Just try and learn some conversational, I guess, sentences and words that are good to know. Now, if you're staying in the Tokyo area, you won't have to, you don't have to know too much of the language. Most people there will understand you. Have I no, Giri-san, I have not. Most of my stuff is self-taught, and also learned from many books and videos, the VHS tapes I had when I was younger. Yes, Meteor-san. Well, that makes sense. That is definitely something. That is something that probably exists here as well. I don't know about it. Eric-san, Mafi-san, yokoso. Welcome. Alligator stings. It lacks of subtle, robust flavors of superior meats like tuna, which Japanese cuisine has perfected using. I see. ナギ美味しいですね。Yes, it is. It is very good. Good advice, Paisan. You should speak with more people, and then it will be easier for you to pick up. That is actually the best way of learning. Or tuna is so good. Most fish that they catch are in very high quality. Oh, well, isn't this relaxing? It's so nice today. It's a little bit chilly though. I did bought some extra spare clothing in case I need, but I think it's fine. Jimmy-san, yokoso. It is a jacket that I don't use. You might remember it from a video I've used in the past. I only use it when I get cold. Thomas-san, did you sharpen your katana? No, I don't need to. I don't really use it that much, or them. The only thing I have with me is my bokken right here. Am I camping? No. I'm just outside at a site that I'm going to show off some of my martial arts in a little while. Is this a yokai-free zone? I always make sure to do a little ritual before a ritual. As I've said before, when I'm staying in a place, I have to do it every time I go to my parents' place as well. Which is annoying. I've told them many times that they should do the ritual, and I show them how it works. But they still don't do it because I do feel the presence. So then when I get there, I feel and I say, Mom, you haven't done the ritual, have you? And she says, no, I haven't had the time. Well, make time for it then. It's important. They should. Perfect ambience. Cut short by a twig snap. Ninja assassins attacking our... No, there's... Don't worry. There is... there's not gonna be any attack here. Oh. But as you said, I will hear about if that was the case. But your parents do... They do. They do. We went to Japan together. Me and my parents. I hope you never hear a violin while hiking. I have not heard one, at least, so I think I should be fine. Sami-san. Yes, it's I usually train outside because it's very good for the spirit to do that. Use soldering should as well. It's not too bad yet, but I don't know when it's gonna get dark. Hopefully, now that the sun disappeared, it got really dark. Hopefully, it still looks good on stream. Yes, I'm thinking I'm going to start in a little bit when there's. I gotta find a. Now I've been thinking. I can easily move the camera now. By the way, like this. I couldn't really do that on the last stream I was here, so I can actually walk around with it and show some stuff. I usually work out inside. I get too nervous being outside. Any tips for that, Chef Sama? Spend more time outside. You need it. It's good for your mental health to be outside more. You shouldn't stay inside like a hikokomori. People will just assume the worst of you. And if you keep staying inside, then maybe they will be right. So think about that. Just spend more time outside, and you will get rid of that hikokomori yokai that is following you. Now, as I look back on my childhood, I realized the profound impact that anime had on me. I forged my values and molded me into a compassionate and resilient individual. Dr. no Ken will forever remain a cherished part of my childhood, reminding me of the transformative power of media and the potential of personal growth within every story. It's true. Yes, you can identify a lot with media, especially at an early age, and it will inspire you to become better in the future. Yes, Pate-san. Leave a like on the stream, my swordlings. That means that more people, it will show up in recommended more, so more swordlings can join us. So onegai, just click like. You wouldn't want to become a nerd. No, you don't. As I witnessed Kenshiro's devastating martial arts skills, I felt a surge of empowerment. I emulated his moves, imagining myself as a force for good. That is good. The series taught me that strength came from within, and with it, I confronted my own fears and challenges. Yes, that's wow, that's amazing. I did something similar, but for me it was Naruto. Enviri-san, did you hear about that sinkhole? So sad. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Hitting like lasts a moment, but the effect lasts a lifetime. Hitting like, I see. Yes, that's what I mean. Oh, my outfit, yes. It's a bit reminiscent of my classic one that I had. Unfortunately, my old tie that I used to have, the blue one, that one died a few years ago. So I had to throw it away, and it couldn't be fixed. It was beyond repair, unfortunately. Oh. A dark day for Sefsama and Sorens alike, when Nekutaisan perished. It's true. Oh. The creature is approaching. What do you mean? There's some fishermen here. Having a relaxing time by the river. I was thinking about what you said in the last stream about hentai. I watched Crying Freeman as a 10-year-old child. At first glance, the series seemed dark and violent and sex-heavy. But beneath the surface, it held profound lessons. Joe's tears symbolizes his humanity and compassion, reminding me that even in the face of darkness, empathy could prevail. Well, that's true. Terise-san, yokoso. I just noticed this. Do you have gray eyes? No, they're not gray. I don't know if you can see, but they're greenish. They're a bit green. You have the perfect nose, says Sama. Very Nordic. Greenish blue, yes. Have you ever had a century egg? No, I have not, but it looks very foul. I believe it's Chinese, right? Then it's no wonder. You could exchange your talent with each other. Chef, are you actively looking for your waifu? Not at the moment. I am currently, pursuing my career. And while I have a new job right now, it's only temporary for when my YouTube career takes over. And I will become a full-time YouTuber. I have a lot of projects in the future that will escalate. It will make my career go by, or reach my goals faster. What's your opinion on furries? Oh wait, I think I heard that the other. Is that kemono? I believe. Is it? Are you talking about kemono? I find that type of art to be. There's a lot of stories, a lot of manga, and that have stories involving it, though it's very rare. But I do think it's pretty kawaii when it is part of a story. Surströmming, yes, it's not good. It's awful. It's really bad. Well, I appreciate it, Giri-san, but I would be waiting for when I go to Japan and then I get a Japanese wife there. I'm not interested in spending my life with a Westerner. I'm sure you would understand. I was eating sushi the other day. It was very sugoi. So, you didn't spell it right. But afterwards it left me, or I couldn't read the whole thing. Gomenasai. Seth-sama would never fraternize with his sword legs. Well, no. I don't know what that word means, but I can assume, based on the conversation that we had, what it could be. What do you like? Well, unless they have respect for, well, for example, just look at Western VTubers. Right there. They're foul, they're gross, they're unfunny, they're untalented, and they just treat YouTubing like it's just regular streaming, when it's not. And so, who's your fashion inspiration? For me, it's Sion Bassard from the video game The Bouncer, but he is very sugoi. Well, it's funny that you say that because my fashion inspiration is Nomura-san in general. My design that I have is mostly based on Nomura-san designs, and that's how I learned to get into fashion. Are Japanese women open to dating a Western man? Yes, they are. Oh, naruhodo. But arigato, Metaru-san. Kingdom Hearts stole its custom design from the Bouncer. Well, stole is not a correct word. More like inspiration or likeness, since it's made by the same person. My favorite song? Well, that's a hard question. I can't answer that. Not right now, at least. It's easy to see Seth-sama's favorite songs by going through his cover songs. Well, those are very good songs, but I haven't done covers of some of my favorite bands, like Dear and Grey is one of my favorites, Arc-en-Ciel, Pornograffiti. There's a lot of good ones. And those are just a few. Dear and Grey, yes. Do you like Kingdom Hearts, which is too westernized with the Disney characters? It's great because it's made by Square Enix and well-talented designers. Unfortunately, it does have Disney. They could have removed that part and put in something cool, and it would have been way better. But they still were able to make it work somehow. So. Do I play any instruments? Piano, I play a little bit of guitar. I have done, well, a little bit of everything. I would consider myself a jack of all trades when it comes to music and instruments. ocarina, ukulele. Well, melodica is on around the same as a keyboard or piano. Although it is quite a little bit of different skills to use it. I've also played a little bit of accordion, but not a lot. I didn't get a time, and they're pretty expensive, so I haven't gotten one myself. Sumo's tortured, and you mean Rixie? Torture. Well, I wouldn't say torture than father's enjoyment. It's good, and you strengthen your body. You have a lot of. It goes through some really rigorous training. That's good for you. So I wouldn't say torture. That's not really right. Should do a music stream sometime. Well, that's hard to do. I could, but I don't really have any instruments to play anything. I usually enjoy music when I can put something together myself. Which the only way to do that is to do recordings in separate from each other, and it doesn't really work for streams. I eagerly await the day Chef Summer rips off a juicy toot on a baritone yes, that would be fun. By the age of 33, they usually retire with severe long life injuries and not a lot of experience in other places of work. Well, that's not true. I believe you got those sources from some Western media who are against Japanese culture. That's not true. They are stronger than most people, than most average people, and even though they retire, they usually do it due to, well, they already reached their highest potential, and keep going in a field that you've already reached the top of would stagnate you, and you would not. Well, it's shameful to keep going like that. So it's better to just retire, and you could go back to a healthy life outside of sumo, like maybe other martial arts would be good. Karate or judo would be a good one. I could be misinformed. I did watch a Westerner's take. Well, there you go. Well, obviously that person doesn't know what they're talking about. You need to listen to actual Japanese people, what they say about it, and not just Westerners, because they don't know anything. I think a good video idea would be trying to convert Westerners on Omega into Japanese culture enthusiasts. I don't know what that is, but Omega. This is a very sugoi idea, Bata-san. I don't quite know what that is. What is that? My soulmate, tell me. Chef-sama, could you please give a quick shout out to my friend, Blackwood, who's a little too shy to join the rest of us in chat. Well, Blackwood-san, arigato for watching, and I hope you have a good day. I like that idea. What are you talking about? What is this thing you're talking about, my soul legs? I'm not quite sure what. Omega is a site where you can have a chat with strangers online. Naruhodo. Wait, hold on. I think I've seen that. Is that the one where you get paired up with random people and you talk to them with strange. Hold on, let me move the camera up a little. There we go. That's better. Oh, it's good enough. It's getting a little uncomfortable, actually. It looks like the fishermen are done here. I thought I didn't want to disturb them, because if you're loud and talk, it could make the fish go away. So I didn't want to be too loud. They were able to catch a pretty big fish. It was pretty impressive, actually. Okay, so let me show you around the area, my swordlings. So, right here, if you remember, out there, will be around there, is where I pushed Joachim into the lake. Remember that? That was really funny. And here's the site where we were supposed to cook. Joachim couldn't create a fire, so he that didn't happen. We didn't do any of that. There's some flower bed here. Someone's planted some stuff here to start growing. I think they haven't been here and taken care of it in a while, though. And of course there's other stuff here. Here's the table I sit by when... And I was looking around trying to find where I should show off my martial art skills. It was a little hard, but I think around here should be good. Because there's a little area here. See right there? So if I place it like this, although I would have to stabilize it a little bit, that would be good. You would be able to see pretty well. I'll turn it around first, like that. So it would be something like this. Let's see what the edge of the screen is, right here. So if I... Well, I would be the chat. Oh, that's right. So I will be standing here instead. This is pretty good, right, my children? Now I can't see chat from here, but this should be pretty good. Right around here. I'm sure you sort of can see me pretty well. Maybe I can even... It's important to show legs as well. You can see... Whoa. I think this is pretty good. Around here. Now you can see my feet. Now good thing is that when I go out, and especially for today, I choose white shoes, because then you would know exactly where my feet are. So if I do kicks, you would know exactly where my feet are. If it's low quality on stream, because I don't know how the quality is. Now, That was a close one, Seth. Oh no, I'm pretty far away from the... I don't think I can kick the screen from here. So, but yes. So right here is pretty good, I think. How does it look? Can you hear me well from here? Or do I need to be louder? Because I think this is pretty good, what we have here. Good. Very good. Okay. I would like to see you counter someone's body weight. Count? You mean like in Aikido? Use Aiki, the force of Aiki, to use their weight against them? Yes, I've done that in the past. It is framed very well. Okay, so my swordlings, I'm going to show off. I'm going to start using my martial arts a little bit. So I won't be able to see the chat while I'm doing it. So I'm going to do it for a couple of minutes, and then I'll get back to you, swordlings, and read what you have to say. Okay? Now, first off, I went over it in my video, but I think it's important to start off with some straight punches. So, for example, we're starting off. Now, what's important by swordlings is when you do punches, because what you do is that when you punch, this is in karate, you go like this, right? But what's important is the placement of your hand. If you can't have it too high up or too low, like this, it has to be right here, right? And it's different for each person. For me, it's right here. It's perfect. So I go like this. Hi! 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 See? So imagine if I do it lower. It would be like this. Hi! It wouldn't be a straight punch. It would be up here somewhere. Because when I use the force, it won't be a straight punch. It will be, you won't be hitting your target. Very important to know. So once again, you go like this. Hi! 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 Like that. Alright? Oh, let me turn up the audio. Gomenasai, I forgot about that. You should try sumo wrestling. I have done sumo, but doing sumo is hard to do when you don't have an actual opponent. Opponent is very important in sumo. Yes, so those are some classic straight punches that we all know about. All right. Okay, so now kicking isn't my personal preferences. I can use some of my kicks. I do kicks sometimes, but I usually use my arms. And one of my favorite is, of course, is a classic technique of mine, which is like that. My elbow strike, which I have now perfected. So let's show it again. So I am in my stance, and with a spin, I'm able to use the rotation and the speed of the rotation to do an impact and strike with my elbow. So check it out. like that. Very strong. You rock, Seth. Been a fan since the Minecraft review. Oh, I didn't see your name. Oh, Austin-san. Well, welcome. What breed of Inu, Seth? I really enjoy your Japanese Bull Terrier personally. Well, the Shiba Inu, of course. Or Akita Inu is also really kawaii, I think. Although they're very rare. Is the stream sped up? I barely noticed a move. Maybe it doesn't show up too well on stream, or maybe I did it too fast. But I assume that you can see. Now for kicks, I usually go with something similar, like, or something simple like that, in combination with some of my punches. So it would be like this. Hi, hi. Right? Very powerful, and this combo is very easy. I could also start with a kick, and then a Sahoiti on top of that. So I could do like this. Sahoiti! Now that is an alternative version, or an EX move of Sahoiti that I just did. Whoa, is the tree falling? Hopefully not. It can be very strong if you use it the right way. When sparring, how do you restrict your strength enough to not... Oh, well, it's easy to restrict yourself when you're doing kumite, my sword links. Remember that just don't use any illegal moves. It's supposed to be practice. That's what the principle of kumite is. Show respect for kumite. Maybe I should get somewhere to sit, actually. It might be easier. But those were some of the things. Now I could just do... It's very cold right now, actually, so I don't know if I should go all out. If I start doing my normal kind of workout, I will start to sweat. And since it's cold outside, I would start to get cold. And I would be wet and cold. And I could get sick from that. So we will continue in a little bit, but for now, let's read chat just to see what your sword links have to say. Oh, he just lowered his power level to respect the nature. Wow, it's really blowing right now. Can you sword links hear me well? Or is the wind too strong right now? I didn't think it would start. What was that? My sword links, hold on. There's some kind of creature. There was some big black thing. Or dark thing here. Is it gone? I saw it right there. No, I'll beat it up if it gets close. No, it was not Joachim. It was big and black. I saw it. You Swordlings take a look. Do you see anything? Hold on. Is there something there? Do you Swordlings see anything? Was someone there? I don't know. Let's move somewhere with this. I don't feel safe here. I think we're good. I'll get the book in later. Let's just take it easy here for a second, my Swordlings. Fly. There are voices. I hear voices. Oh, we're gonna be fine, my Swordlings. We just need to wait a little bit until it's... I think it's probably gone. It was some kind of creature walking around. I don't sense anything evil, so I think it was some kind of animal. There was no yokai or evil force surrounding it, so I don't think it was... I think we're fine. It was a bear? Did you Swordlings see it? Was it a bear? Oh, well, that's fine then. Oh, I thought it was something scary. Oh, now I know what the voices are. Oh. It's from the horse tracks. It's the announcer from the horse tracks. That's what the voices were. Oh. Silly me. Okay. We're doing fine. I think I saw glowing red eyes. Well, it was probably a bear, like you said. I'll get back there then in a little bit. We'll just wait. Taffy-san, well, arigato. Welcome to the stream. Oh. My Swordlings, and I left my Pepsi too, and I'm really thirsty. maybe we should go back. Chef, I don't mind me asking after that fright. Is it okay with you if I would love to ask, what is your opinion? What is my favorite? Well, my favorite snack is Pocky, of course, classic, and it's very good. When it comes to drinks, it would be Ramune, of course, very good. What kind of loud bakas do that when something scary just happened and you're screaming over there? There's so no respect for other people who just went through something potentially traumatic. Am I bleeding? No, I'm okay. I'm so glad to see you are streaming, Mr. Ernie. That's not my name. My name is not Ernie Hudson. I'm not. Am I bleeding? I don't think I am. No. No. I'm okay. Yes, I'm not bleeding. Correct. Let's get a better view. That's better. Chef is so cool. Well, arigato. Well, let's talk for a little bit. I'm not sure where. Well, I do want to continue with my martial art showcase. I'm not. If that creature shows up again, I don't think we can continue it. But I will get back there. Okay, so let's try and go there then. My short legs. Hold on. So, well, hopefully there's no. It's gone by now. Very surprised that the creature wasn't scared away by your fighting moves. Probably because it's a dumb animal and it can't understand. Okay, here we are. Okay, my shortlings, I'm going to place down the camera and I'm going to go take a look. I think we're good. I think we're good, my shortlings. Oh, well, that was exhausting. Let's sit down for a bit. Oh, well, there we go. Kanpai! Okay. Yes, it's gone now. Okay, we're good. Back to normal. I just need a couple of minutes. I don't know what it was. Still, you certainly said it was a bear. Hopefully that's the case. I don't see anything. I will keep an eye though. Let's pray that bear eats someone else and won't eat. Well, why? No, I would just annihilate it. I do know martial arts, and I do know that the nose on the bear is very sensitive. So I'll just show off some of my moves. Easy. I'm sorry, I was being a baka and pranking you. That was actually me in a... Really? Snoot-san, is that true? Was it you? Are you over there right now? Kenny-kun, yokoso. Can you karate? So that's not a real thing. That baka rock in 2, says Sama. The rock? I don't see one here. There was one over there, but don't stumble onto a wasp nest now. No, I don't sense any wasps around here. I think we're good. This is an area where people are actually going to. So I'm just too shy to say konnichiwa. Oh, well, you shouldn't do that. What if it was something... You shouldn't have done that. Well, now we know who the culprit is. Alright, well, we can get back. You know, it's still very cold. It's gotten way colder, but it's still pretty bright outside. It hasn't gotten until nighttime yet, so we're good. Snoot-san, don't do that for the future. Yes, I could have attacked. You look very healthy and in good spirits today, Seth. Have you made progress in your pursuit for a new job? Odo-san, yes, I got a new job. I did announcements. The last 3 days, I made an announcement video about it. Well, I made an announcement video about graduating, which, by the way, my graduation will be on Sunday. It will be the last stream then. So, I hope you Solings can attend on that date. Be sure to stop by. I have some fun things planned for the stream. Oh, it was a... Okay, it was a bike. I just wanted to see the true might of Seth-sama, and I'm not very good at communicating. I am very gourmand. Well, good then. And no more of that. No more of that buffoonery next time. I want to see more of Seth streams. Well, there will be more streams of Fighting Streamers 2 single player in the future. But for me as a VTuber, it will end on Sunday. Well, I haven't, Metal-san, I have not graduated yet. I'm graduating on Sunday. That would be my last date. That I would be. Where I would be leaving. Since I got a new job, there isn't really. I won't be able to stream like I have. There's no good time to start a stream, so unfortunately that would have to come to an end. Although I might do a stream every other weekend or so. There would be a stream, and I would be sure to make sure that you sortlings know beforehand. How close are you to becoming a full-time YouTube partner? Says, I am a YouTube partner. You get into the YouTube partnership when you have 4,000 hours watched on your videos and 1,000 subscribers, which I already passed a long time ago. So I am a YouTube partner, but doing YouTube full time, still I'm not gotten there yet. Emma-san, hey, can you give me a wink? Sure. Right? Now that we know there's no real danger, we can get back to martial arts as soon as I finish my drink. Kisan, surprised to see you live this early today. Just got home from work. Did I miss much? Well, one swordling had thought it would be funny to go and surprise me on stream, and I thought it was some kind of creature trying to attack me. So it was, you could say, it was quite an eventful stream. There were some fishermen here that were going fishing, but they were by themselves. They were doing their own business. Now, the closest thing to a Swedish kappa would be Näcken, who is, if you hear violin sounds near a river or such, you need to be careful and not get close. Thank you for doing a cover for Bokusatsu Tenshi Dokura-chan. I nearly forgot that series existed. Ah, Kenny-kun, yes, that's a very funny anime. It's very short though. I think it's only 8 episodes or so, or maybe 6. I forgot. It is under 10 episodes, I believe. Which is such a shame, because it's so funny. Such streams are so wholesome. Well, arigato, Sam-san. I have to rewatch this intense encounter later. Well, yes, you could do that after the stream, I guess, or you could show or watch my martial arts part where I show off my moves. I will continue with that. Right about now. Well, let's continue where we left off, my swordlings. It's more to the side. We leave around here. it was more than that. There we go. Yes, that should be it. Okay, so my sword leash. Come inside, Sef-sama, but something just came up and I must go. I will leave such safety in Metarkun's capable hands. Sayonara, minasan. Well, Bomi-san, I will hear from you on the next stream. Sayonara. And good job on your moderating skills. Okay, so, minasan, I will now show you different types of stances. Now this is important, depending on what kind of moves you want to do. So this is my default stance that I use for martial arts, and it's this. This is the one I do when I want to do, for example, like I showed you before. Like that. There's also other stances that I have that I don't use as much. Like this one. And this is good for when I eventually do, when I sometimes do kicks. This is a good stance to be in, because it's very easy to... Well, first of all, since I have my hand ready right here, I can go for a straight punch if I want to. Or I can go for a kick, like that. And, like I've shown you before, I can go do a kick, straight punch, like that. A pretty simple combo, but a devastating one for your average Westerners. They will be knocked to the ground quickly, like that. Satin-san was gifted membership. Tain-san, arigato. Let me do it properly. Very sugoi. That's good. Oh. Well, since it's getting cold, I will show off a few different others. Oh, I have to, hold on. I have to get my I need to fix my character design. Hold on. Here we go. That's better. Maybe I need no, that's good enough. All right. Chef, do you ever let one slip while sparring? Oh, do you mean yes, how sometimes when you punch, you don't actually connect. You whiff your attacks, right? That sometimes happens if the enemy is too quick, or for example, you are not prepared for a fight. They could be stronger than you, which happens sometimes. Now, for me personally, I haven't had that much problem with that. Oh, arigato. I didn't hear the sound, so I was a bit confused what that was about. Let's turn it up. Arigato for the membership, I assume. I can't really see chat that well from here. Huh. What, did something happen? Oh no, did the stream die or something? What happened, my soldlings? Is everything okay? It was super loud. Oh, it's because the button is okay. Anyway. It's time for a little bit of katana kata, that is. Are your soldlings ready? Yes, this will be an important for anyone who uses. Now, I have been doing a lot of katana kata in my day, so I know what I'm doing. Wow! Arigato, Miri-san, for becoming a member. Very cigar. Now, here's an important part. When you are a Kenjutsu master, the stance is important. Now, there are some who have their katana sheathed like this. Now, imagine that my hand is the sheath right here, and I'm just walking around. This is actually a very good way to, if you sense a person,
Could you show us some meditation techniques during this stream?
Oh, sound. Meditation techniques. Well, maybe that would be a good idea. When we sit down in a little bit, I can show that. But for now, my soldlings, pay attention. So, imagine that my hand is the sheath at the side of my hip. Here's the katana, boken. You walk around. When you sense a presence, someone is attacking you. Is it a ninja or maybe an incompetent Westerner? You don't know. But either way, you need to defend yourself. And what do? Well, you pretend that you don't know they're there. That will confuse their minds, and they will think that they have the upper hand. And that, imagine that someone is behind me right now. Imagine that I'm just standing here doing nothing. Now, it would be great if I actually had something to show, like a mokuji to show off what I'm trying to show here. But imagine they're coming up from behind thinking they have the upper hand, but in reality, and off with their head. Just like that. Quick, efficient, and very deadly. Now, that is one way to use your katana to defend yourself. Of course, there are other, well, of course, sometimes people are already in stance, ready to be fighting. What should be your stance then? Well, it depends. Do you use two hands or are you a single hand user? Maybe you are a Nitoryu, like certain, well, historical figures that you might know of, meaning two-handed, using two blades, katanas. It depends, but let's just say that maybe you don't have a lot of strength in your arms, and that's okay, because a katana are meant to be able to hold with two hands as well. So, very efficiently, now you have strength in both your hands, and you can go and you can fend off your opponents. Especially since katanas aren't super heavy compared to garbage Western swords, who are just slabs of metal that are completely useless. The katana is way more efficient. The bokken that I have weighs a little bit less than a normal katana, but it is the best thing I have right now. And this one has been with me for a long time, and it's very important to me. But I think at some point I'm going to replace it with a more accurate representation of a real katana. So, my swordlings, let me show off some other moves that I have. Let's imagine that you have your sword on your back, like this. Maybe you have some other kind of weapon in your other hand. Let's imagine that I have another katana in my other hand and show you some Nitoryu combinations. You would go like this, right? 2 strikes, and you get an added. You get more. We get more strength added to the swing if you start from further back like this. See? Very strong. Now, there are of course many different stances that you can have, like this, or maybe even this. And like I said, some people prefer to have their katana sheathed like this. It depends. And you need to find which style works best for you. I can't believe I went to high school. This is literally way more useful. It is really. Any kind of later education are usually useless, completely useless actually. So of course this will be useful because you will be able to protect yourself and such. Especially in these dangerous times, my swordlings. There's a lot of criminals walking about on the streets. I don't know if there might be criminals on my way home. I don't know. Have I ever nicked myself with my blade? No, I know how to use my weapons. So, no, I have not. Now there are of course different, another more, you could say, unorthodox styles in the way of kenjutsu. Of course, this is more traditional stuff, like this, just having your katana ready for any kind of encounter like this. But then there are styles like, for example, like this. Maybe I don't have. Or did the stream die? No. Okay. Imagine maybe I have a busted leg, or I guess this leg. Easier to show off. And I have to, there are some samurai that might not, you might have hurt your leg. So you would have to attack like this. What is this? I see the freezing. What's going on? It froze. I saw it. Well, I can't show off my moves like this, can I? Well, I think this one, see? It's freezing. What is going, do you swordlings see that too? My swordlings, are you still there? Moshi mosh. Can you hear me? Is everything okay, my swordlings? Well, let's stop for now. Are we back? My swordlings, let me know if we're back. Okay, we're back. Garbage application on this phone. It closes the application when sometimes it just closes it, and I have to start it again and start up the stream again. Very good design there. Whoever made this garbage. And look, all the viewers disappeared too. Are you still there, my swordlings? Don't leave the stream just because it ends abruptly like that. Stay until it comes back. Anyone who left, did anyone leave? Kaite-san. No, this happens every single time I've streamed using this. It closes after a while and I have to start it up again. How is it so garbage? Useless. Well, I can't, if it keeps freezing like that, I can't show off any moves, but you can listen to me talk. So, let's talk, my swordlings. Be careful, Seth. I was training with my blade once, and I was dealt a sizable belly wound when my katana spiked off a boulder, turning on me. Silly blade. No. That just means you couldn't handle it. You need to be careful and treat the blade with respect, because it's the one that's going to save you. It is saving your life, so you better take care of its life as well. Show respect to it. Well, your belly wound, well, that is up to you. Now, at least no flies are around right now. That's something, at least. Achan, no, I have not. I have my own skills, actually, that I use for when it comes to katanas. Think of the katana as an extension of your body. Exactly. That is what it is. So you need to treat it with respect. Can you slice a fly in half while it's mid-air? Well, if you have a sharp enough katana and good skills, then you can do it, yes. That is something you can't do with a Western sword. But katanas are efficient and quick. Tanama-san, yokoso. I'm so ashamed. Well, that's okay. You probably didn't know better. How can I impress Yosei in Japan, Sef-sama? I'm not sure. Now, this depends on what kind of person you are. The thing is, when you go to Japan, the one thing that I think is important, my swordlings, that you need to think of, when you go there, the one thing that you can do to impress Japanese people is to just be knowledgeable about the culture, maybe speak a little bit of Japanese, because to the Japanese, they really appreciate you learning about their culture and their language. Because to them, it seems like, wow, this person went here, and they took their time to learn and be respectful about our culture, and they really appreciate that. You don't see that in the West. In the West, they think they would call you names and trying to say that you imitate their culture or make fun of their culture, even though they don't have a culture, which is why they get mad, actually. The lack of culture and they're in denial about not having a culture. It's very sad to see. But that's just how Westerners are. Not us around here, of course, but those normal Westerners, everyday Westerners that don't know about Japan, or if they know. Did the chat stop? Is the stream still going, my swordlings? Moshi mosh, are we still live? It isn't moving at all. Everything's good. Okay, that's good. Well, thing is, Westerners say filthy stuff, and that just happens sometimes. That's just how it is. Oh? Well, someone came here and went back. Huh. Okay. That's too bad. Oh well. Terrapin-san, I love you as well. Yokoso. Are there evil Japanese people? Well, I don't know if there's a term for it. I'm sure it is. But Japanese people that betray their own culture and pretend to be Westerners and only adhere to Western culture, like Mr. Hideo Kojima. He should not be respected because he turned on a superior culture, because he somehow was manipulated into thinking that Hollywood actors are anything to care about, which they don't. They're boring and not interesting at all. But he apparently thinks so. He can be saved still, though, because he was born in Japan and is a Japanese person. If he learns about his failures, he can redeem himself. But he's getting older, so we will see. Chef, have you ever seen a Japanese babe that made you go "Auga"? I know that is a Western term. I don't know what that means. But sometimes I see a beautiful one and I just can't keep my eyes in my skull. Well, you shouldn't stare at people. That's very rude. But I have seen some beautiful Tori-chan. I have seen some very beautiful Japanese women, females in my day, and there are times when you want to sneak a peek, little now and then. Of course, don't stare at people, but You can look a little now and then, just to get, well, just to see them. Speaking of Japanese people that like Western culture, how do you feel about Suda 51? Suda 51 is, I think he is pretty sugoi, because he still realized that Japanese culture is superior. He uses Western culture as inspiration for creating a good Japanese product. And like I've said before, Japanese people, when they see inspirations from Western sources, they see it as, oh, this could be a cool concept, but it's executed like garbage because Westerners did it. I, as a Japanese person, can make something better. It's what Japanese people, creators, usually think. They see something and they're like, this could be amazing. Is PewDiePie now a proper Japanese person since he now lives in Japan? Yes, he is. I respect him a lot. I used to think he was a big baka back in the day, a couple of years ago. He was annoying, he used the W slur a lot. I've heard he has said some just baka things in general. But now he lives in Japan. He's learning the language, although I think he should have learned it by now already, since he has planned moving for a while. But he respects the culture, and I watched some of his videos, some of his vlogs, and he goes and visits a lot of Japanese places, experiencing the culture and everything, and it's wonderful to see. He really wants to become Japanese, and he is at the point where I would consider him Japanese. They're having a Japanese child soon as well, growing up in Japan. So, and they've already said that they are going to have their child go through normal Japanese school, because some Westerners are so selfish and so dumb that there are Western schools in Japan that are private owned that they put their child through so that they can speak English, and that is so garbage. That is awful. You are not supposed to put Westerners together and form groups in Japan. You're supposed to assimilate into the culture. You're not supposed to stay outside of society. You're supposed to be part of it. So that is not something that Firiku-san is doing. They're going to let their child go to normal daycare with other Japanese children, and school like normal Japanese people. So that's a good idea. I don't know why Westerners are so obsessed with keeping groups. Why do they do that? If you live in Japan, be Japanese. How hard can it be? Right? Chef-sama, I have a huge crush on Sairo from Shining Force. I want his strong wolf body next to me. Do I have any hope? Kante-san, well, he is not real. He is a great character from a great game series, and they're not real. Kante-san, so unfortunately no. You have to face reality. It doesn't work that way. That is just a dream that will never come true. Now there's plenty of other people in real world that are also really good for you. So don't give up. Do you think Japan will someday get rid of US military forces from Japan? Well, most likely, but it's pretty much already, they're pretty much rid of it as it is right now. They have connections, but overall, the people that are running it are pretty much Japanese. So I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say that they need to get rid of it or anything, but eventually it will disappear slowly. Too many Westerners should not be allowed to assemble in Japan. It could form pockets of Western ghettos where Westerns refuse to integrate to a superior culture. Exactly. We can't have that. Which is why when a few people move to Japan and are respectful of the culture, I don't mind. I think it's a good thing. It means that people learn more about Japanese culture, and Japanese people are always open to it. They really enjoy. Doesn't matter who you are, they enjoy people who take part in their culture, and that's that. Now, my shortlings, let's sit down at the other place so I can have my last drink. Oh. That's good. I'm going to drink some green tea with you, Chef-sama. That sounds great. I'd watch, but I gotta go have a workout myself, planting 2 rose bushes. Enjoy your day, Chef-sama. Difu-san. Well, have a good time. Are you more of a Neko or Inu person? I've had this question asked before. I do like both, just as much, although Nekos are way easier to take care of than Inus. So it's a hard question. It depends on my living situation. As of right now, I can't have either. And honestly, since I'm pursuing a career right now, it wouldn't make sense for me to take care of another life at the moment. Having lived in Japan, I really need to point out that there are at least some flaws in the... no, they're not. But there are a couple of things in Japanese culture that could be improved. Including things that are already good. I wouldn't call it flaws if there's stuff that could be improved, especially since the West can't do anything better than Japan. But there are, of course, a couple of things that I've noticed when I was there as well that I thought, this is nice, but it could be even better. Now, there's too many things to count. There's usually smaller things that doesn't really matter too much. I can't really list a bunch of stuff right now that I can think of. It would take too much time. I also definitely have a crush on Mai Sakurajima. Now, she could catty my... I don't know what that means. My shortlings, please don't use too much Western terms in here. People won't understand, especially the Japanese shortlings in here. Try to use more natural language so that people and myself can understand what you're saying. It means something bashful. Okay, I see. For example, I'm a 36-old unmarried woman, and for that I'm considered in older Japanese culture values a failed woman. What's your opinion of that? No, not failed. Although at that point it is common that you would be married and have children at that point in your life, which is the same in the West, really. And I'm getting older as well. But in reality, if you talk to people, there's many people in that age. There's people in their 40s who don't have children in Japan. I think it is a thing you hear about, but most Japanese people don't really care when you talk to them. Now there are very, very old people in Japan that are respectful, but they have this old view, just like old people in the West, because they were from a different time. Now I talked to, when I was in Japan, I talked to a bunch about this subject actually, or about the difference between the gender in workplaces and such. And they said that the only people that are really like that are the really old ones, and they're usually bad people to begin with. Most people don't care, actually, who you are. And I think that's just a natural evolution of Japanese culture in general. Is that just like in the West, the olden days were more rough and more harsh, and slowly it gets more acceptable with time. So I think it's easy to hear stuff like that about Japan, but it's usually old stuff. So you got 27 viewers. Oh really? I can't see the viewer count on this thing. This is about a classroom of people. That's right. Koyo-san, greetings. Have you noticed what percentage of audience is from Japan using YouTube analytics? I think it was only 1% when I watched last. My swordlings, we need to get more Japanese people in here. Chef-sama, what would be your dream dobutsu to own? Not just a neko or ino, but any animal you can imagine. It honestly, I think I would just go with a neko. If I get a pet in the future, it would most likely be a neko. Although I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind. We'll see. When I move to Japan, we will know for sure how I feel. 40% battery. We still have quite some battery left. We should be fine. Oh. Nekos are fairly easy to take care of. I got a Nego, and it's a cutie pie. Oh, okay. Got my green tea, Sef-sama's stream, and Soul Calibur 5. This is a Sugoi evening. Oh wow, Soul Calibur 5, really? Speaking of my swordlings, now, a few streams ago, or I think maybe it was this weekend or before that, after the stream on one of them, I got an anonymous donation. I think it was a stream when I talked about Street Fighter 6, and I was gonna play it later at some point, and they made a donation so I could buy the game. So I guess I can announce it here. Tomorrow, I will be playing Street Fighter 6 on stream. So, if any of you swordlings have the game as well, you can join me, so we can fight together. As some of you might know, if you pay attention to the game, it has crossplay, which means it can play with other people across different platforms. So if I play on a PlayStation 4, I can play with someone on a PlayStation 5 as well, or even a PC for those unfortunate enough to not own a video game console. Street Fighter 6 is also on the PlayStation 4. Minu-san, yokoso. Is there any fighting game character that has the style close to Dimension Cross Ryubudo Taijutsu? You spell it wrong there. It's Taijutsu, not Daijutsu. But closest thing would probably be probably Goken. I think Goken has a similar style, at least some parts of it. That's completely coincidental, by the way. But I've noticed some resemblance, actually. My Neko loves you, Seth. I am making her very own little cork tie to match yours. Oh, well, that's nice. My crew only really likes video games, Seth-sama, but you playing a game live, they will be here to watch and participate. And I am also in the middle of telling my waifu how important it is to buy Street Fighter. I'm so excited for the Street Fighter stream. Oh, that is sugoi. I'm thinking I'm going to start off the stream by doing, well, the single player mode, because it has some fun features that even those who don't play fighting games might enjoy. And then, once I've played that for a little bit, I go online and then we can fight against each other. I think that would be super sugoi. I could open up a room. I think I'm able to do that, and Swordlings can join in and we play against each other. Oh, that is awesome. I think I have Street Fighter 6 on my multicade. I don't know if you know what that is. No, I don't. It's pretty cool. It has like 10,000. Street Fighter 6 releases tomorrow. So I don't think you have that. Unless you have pre-ordered it or something for it. I don't know what that is though. I was so impressed by the Street Fighter demo. It doesn't have auto combos, but just puts a modern take on it by having people press one button to throw a Hadouken instead of Baka auto combos. Yes, and the thing is that you can see, well, I won't be using that obviously, but that sounds good. Anyone can pick it up and play against someone like me with 30 years of Street Fighter experience. Yes, that means that you swordlings will be able to play the game well, as well. I think I have Street Fighter 6 on my GBA. No, you don't. It's not for... Are you trying to be silly, Niri-san? Because, no. There's no such thing on the Game Boy one. Street Fighter 6 comes out tomorrow. New game. It's not an old game. I already said that. Are you going to create your own Yes. I have a few ideas. What's a Game Boy? It's a thing created by a Nintendo. You don't need to worry about it. It's just some garbage system that they release back in the day. Don't worry about it, my swordlings. How long have I been live right now? I don't know. Oh. It's getting a little cold. Hold on, I've been live for 2 hours? Oh, makes sense. Okay. I'm almost done with my drink, so... My swordlings, if you have any questions or anything for me, let me know right now. I guess we can do meditation on another stream. And if you missed the beginning of the stream where I showed off some moves, you can go back and check it out. When you play Street Fighter 6, will you play on controller or fight stick? Fight stick, personally. That's what I grew up playing with, and that's why I always use for fighting games. So you have... Do you swordlings have any questions? Seth, what is your opinion on emulation? Shameful or epic? I'm not going to talk about it for now. You swordlings will know my opinion soon. Pretty soon, I think. We will see. I hope we might have a stream focus on meditation in the future. Well, I have meditated on stream before. An old stream. But I think you could go back and watch if you want to. Can you give the boys at V4C a hello before you close? But of course. My swordlings over in V4C. Arigato for watching the stream. And I hope that you will be joining me for my Street Fighter 6 stream tomorrow. Now, I will be starting early, but since it's a new release, I will be playing it for quite a bit. And I will be paying attention to the game too, so... And for you swordlings who don't know much about fighting games, I will be going over the single player mode, which is supposed to be super sugoi. So, stay tuned. I think you're going to have a great time. It has a character creation mode, where you create your own character and customize them with moves from the Street Fighter universe. It is very, from what I've heard, it's pretty similar to the Like a Dragon series. The one with where you play as Kiryu and Ichiban. So that's what people have been comparing it to, which sounds sugoi. So, I will be, once I get home, which will take a couple of hours. This is out in the wild, quite a bit from my house. I will be putting up, well actually I have it saved, so I can probably do it before I get home. I do it on my way home then. But I will be putting up not the preview, the scheduled stream, so that you know when I will start. These outdoor streams are actually really enjoyable. I need to get out more. You really should, Metathon. It's good for your health. Opinions on Morgan Freeman. It is his birthday today. I don't know much about that Westerner. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I don't know. But hopefully he has a good birthday if he is a good person. And if not, I don't care. Looking forward to seeing you playing some games. Well, that's great. Yes, it's not often that I do play games. But when there's new releases that I've been looking forward to, I think it's a good idea. especially a fighting game, because we can interact together with the game. Hello, Seth. Happy to see you enjoying the outdoors. Why, yes. You missed out on my martial arts earlier. I showed off some techniques and some stances that are useful. How high can you jump? Well, I don't know. And I cannot say enough. I cannot wait for Seth Sama to play a game he likes and we all enjoy. Yes. Well, that's that. Does Japan have birds? Of course they have. Well, my swordlings, it's time to be wrapping up the stream. Now, this was very fun, and it was interesting. Although I really wish we didn't have that scare earlier, because it did interrupt our martial art segment. Hopefully, we'll be fine. But anyway, I will be wrapping up the stream here. Arigato so much for watching the stream. And I hope you soulings have a good night, evening, morning, or day. Sayonara!